Hi, I'm William Jamar Wright.
And I'm Hattie.
And this is our podcast, HattieJo. What are we doing? And as you can see, we have a special guest today, my mother. So, hey, Mama.
Hi, I'm Lily.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Good.
welcome back to the podcast. I hope this is your second time on. I'm really interesting.
And so, recently, I just turned 40, the big 40. And so, I thought it'd be a great time to have my mom on, who is in town this week, and just kind of talk about my birthday and kind of the day I was born and what she kind of remembers and what it was like, and then kind of what some similarities that you can see between Winnie and I. And so, yeah, on November 3rd, 1985. What do you recall from that day, Mama?
It was a normal day. I was out shopping and chilling and just walking around, and then I started having labor pains about 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And I just laid there and I said, I'm just gonna lay here because I'm just not gonna go to the hospital too early. Then I waited to the next, that was on the 2nd, then I made it on to the 3rd. I went to the hospital and they said, well, you hadn't dilated that much, so we're gonna put you in the hospital. And then at 11, I think it was about 11:10 that night on the 3rd, you came into the world. A big old 7-pound baby.
Nice.
Yes.
7 pounds. And so, like, you had started feeling labor pains 2 days before I was born?
On the 2nd. Mm-hmm.
So it was the day before I was born that you started feeling labor pains. And then, like, I came, like, it was, you had went shopping?
Yeah, I went shopping. My
Okay.
dad had sent me shopping to make sure you had everything ready for when you came. So
Perfect timing.
Yeah. And so, who took you to the hospital?
My father.
Your father, my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
And so you get to the hospital. Were you like nervous? Like, were you like? Can you remember how you felt?
I was real nervous because I said, if this pain don't go away, the pain was coming, but I was dilating, and they was telling me, you gotta let you get to 10, and I said, well, I'm at 3 now, so can I get to 10? She said, it usually don't take that long, but it took it from 7 o'clock, to 11 p.m.
Very
next day.
Oh, man.
Yes.
It's a long time.
Yes.
And so, how did you kind of feel when I came into the world, and kind of what kind of, because I was your first child.
Yes, he was my first one.
Yeah, and so what were your kind of?
I was kind of scared. I kept telling Dad, I'm scared, and he kept saying, "You'll make it through. You'll make it through." I said, "I'm kind of scared." He said, "We're gonna be there with you. We're gonna be." And my mom and Daddy took me. They walked me through it, and my mom was there every step.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Nice. And so, kind of, Winnie is 17 months right now.
Yes.
And so that first year, kind of, what was I like during that first year?
You like your baby. You like to climb. You like to mess with things. You like to see what was going on. You was just constantly climbing up. I said, no, you're gonna fall. And your grandpa used to say, just let him climb. Just let him climb. And I would say, no, he gonna get hurt. He said, that'll learn him not to do it no more. And I was like, but he gonna get hurt. But my dad said, you would never get hurt. You would climb up those steps at my mom's house, and you would be about ready to fall. And my dad said, leave him alone. And you would climb up and down the steps. And I'd be like, really? I said, Daddy, the steps are cement. He said, that don't matter. That'll make him tough. I said, oh goodness. And I let you climb up down them steps, and you got it. You would climb up down them steps with or without me. You would leave out that door and go down them steps and go in that yard and play. And I'd be like, where he at? Daddy said, he went out the door. And I'd be like, you not worried? He said, no, it's too much. Too many family members around him for him to just wander off. But he was a climber. You stayed into something. It was nothing. No cabinet in the kitchen could stay organized because you would pull everything out. And my mom was, let him do it. Let him do it. That's just a normal child. But you was a tough one.
Good. Well, I definitely think like Winnie kind of shares some of those similarities. She's definitely always climbing up the stairs, normally to get to mommy, because mommy works upstairs, so she's trying to get to her. And then she's definitely like into the cabinets and like she has a very curious personality that she wants to kind of see what's going on and see everything that's happening and curiosity. So
yeah, right now she really likes looking over the fence in the backyard.
Yeah.
Just to observe all the goings-ons, and I find that funny.
Yes.
Nice.
She's a lot like you. She is.
Nice. And so, would you say that, because you had 5 children, and so were like the delivery experience for all of them similar? Were they like all really different? Like, did you have similar feelings?
It was
like,
it was similar for the first two or three, but Keisha and Tawana was different, and I guess it's because they were girls, but it was just a little different. They decided they was gonna come in the world, and they came. With the boys, y'all lingered. Wesley was different. My water broke one day, and then it was 3 days later before he came.
Oh my gosh! 3
Really?
days.
Yes. And I was like, the doctor said the water broke. Ain't nothing we can do. He didn't want to come, and he finally came 3 days later. I was like, I said, y'all gonna leave him in the hospital and let me hurt? He said, if it's not affecting him, we're gonna let you. 3 days later, here he come.
So did your water broke? Did you go to the hospital once it broke?
Yes, I went to the hospital when it broke.
And then did they send you home, or you stayed there?
They stayed at the house. You and me stayed at the hospital together. Because you wouldn't go to nobody else. For,
That's another Winnie feature.
he wouldn't go to nobody.
Yeah.
So he stayed. Me and him stayed at the hospital.
And so, Tawana and Takesha, my 2 youngest sisters, they
came.
Said,
within
hey,
3 or 4 hours, they were ready to come. Hey,
Oh.
I'm here. We here.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Nice.
Yes.
All right. And so, you do have some other grandchildren.
Yes.
How many grandchildren total do you have?
I have 11.
You have 11 grandchildren. And so, what's it kind of been like being here with Winnie? What are some similarities that you see with your other grandchildren and Winnie, and what are some differences, just in their like kind of personalities?
All of them have all of my grandkids is strong personality. They have strong will. They're going to do what they're going to do. They don't care if you tell them they're going to cry, and you get over it and then go back to do it. All 11 of them is like that. And I think Atticus, Whitney's little boy, he's more strong-willed than anybody. You tell him no, he's not even going to cry. He's going to keep on doing it. He's just totally different. Atticus is totally different. He'll just look at you and he's going to keep on doing what he's doing. But out of all of them, Atticus is more strong-willed than all of them.
Okay. And so it sounds like all of them are kind of very strong-willed and kind of may cry a little bit when they don't get their way, but continue to persevere on. How would you say Winnie is a little bit different from everyone?
Because you can tell her, you can look at her and say, don't do that. And she can look at your eyes and tell you, you mean it. And she'll stop. Not the rest of them. They just don't care about that look. I'm going to keep doing it. She'll say, if I tell her, say, don't do that, and she'll just look at me and she'll say, okay, Grandma. And she'll go do something else. But she'll look at me like, and then she'll go do something else. But the rest of them, they just look at, especially.
Keep on going? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. She's more disciplined.
Gotcha. Well, we definitely want to hopefully keep that instilled in her. I'm sure once we get a little bit older, she'll
push the boundaries a lot more.
Push the boundaries a lot more. Well, is there anything else you kind of had on your mind. We just wanted to kind of get your perspective of the day that I was born, and it sounds like it was a long, long delivery. Over sounds like over 24 hours that it took for me to come into the world, and definitely having my grandpa there to get you to the hospital safely, and make sure that everything was taken care of. Sounds like I was a very curious and curious and active baby.
Yes.
That was rough and tumble.
I do, rough and tumble. I think she gets a double dose of that. Rough and tumble, because I was a climber too. But I did have a question. I was telling you about when we took her swimming for the first time, and she looked at me with this big smile on her face. I'm sure I'll remember that for forever, right? But there's so many other memories that it's been just a year, so of course I remember them now. But who knows if 39 years later I'll remember them. But I'm wondering if there's any fun memories from Jamar's childhood that you remember that really stand out in your mind, of like a fun story that you hold dear in your heart.
I remember when he decided to play football, and I'm being a mama. Oh, he gonna get out there and get hurt, and my mom and everybody was telling me he gonna be fine. I said he gonna get out there and get hurt. He gonna be hurt, but he went out there and he didn't say bye, mama. He didn't say nothing. He just went out there and he just played like he had played forever, and he was just so rough and so tough, and I was like, I'm standing on the sidewalk, he gonna get hurt, he gonna get hurt. And he was strong-willed, and he just went out there and he played like he played forever. And he's still like that, even with basketball. He just go out there, because basketball is his love. He just play basketball like it ain't nothing. And he still does that, and he just love being who he is. He's strong-minded.
I definitely think like we when we grew up, we were like around a lot of cousins, and like there were a lot of family members, and so I definitely had older cousins that like introduced football to me, and then I also had younger cousins that we were all like out there playing. I remember we used to go to 8 Bell's front yard, and we would play a game called, it's probably not appropriate to be saying this, but Kill the Man. And one person has the football, and everybody's trying to get the guy with the football. Like, so it's literally one versus everybody else. Yeah, it's one versus everybody else. Yeah. And it's tackle football in like with no pads on. Like you are playing football without like the pads on, but you're kids, so like it's not like anybody's. No, I don't think anybody actually got hurt. Like we just played football.
It just made you tougher.
Yeah. And so definitely, I feel like those experiences, playing them before we got to like, before I got to like organized sports, really kind of helped shape me to be able to go out there and play without any fear.
Yeah.
And because I definitely, from being a coach and kind of seeing like high school football being played, there's definitely some fear, which is warranted, like with all the injuries and like head things that are going on in football today, but like in order to play football like efficiently and successfully, like you need to be aware of the fear and the consequences. I think there in today's society, like there's way more awareness about like the injuries and the dangers of football, but like you still have to have the courage to be able to go out there and like put your body on the line and like hit somebody in the face whenever it comes time to do it,
or take a hit in the face when it comes time to do it.
So I definitely think those younger experiences and being outside and playing with my cousins, and some of them a little bit bigger, so that like you have to learn to like use the skills that you have when you're playing with your older cousins to be able to have success. So but yeah, so
well, I have another question.
Oh, yeah, another question.
Yeah, I came prepared. Well, I'm learning that as I go through this like parenting journey, I'm noticing that I'm starting to learn more about myself, learn more about you, and so I'm wondering, it doesn't have to be specific to William here, but as a parent, what are some of the things that either being a parent taught you or that you learned about yourself through the journey of being a parent?
With me starting out with my first one, I was all, no matter what happened to Jamal, I was always taking him to the emergency room, seeing what's wrong with him. No, just run. When your second and your third and your third or fourth one come, you don't do all that. You do this. Is you okay? You good? You don't run to the emergency room. You don't. Is that finger? It look all right. Let me see. And you learn from that first one. I'm not running to this emergency room, and I'm not running to no do this. I'm not doing all that. This child, he gonna be all right. You fine.
Yeah.
And I guess my other kids were like, but I didn't take. You had to be really sick for me to take you to the doctor. You say like Jamal, he was allergic to penicillin.
Yes.
And it scared me so much because he would always have episodes. And I tell the doctor, I said, he can't do it. She said, he's allergic. He can't. I said, well, y'all should have found this out before he got 5, and now he's had all these episodes since he got 5, and now y'all looking at me like I'm crazy because I keep bringing him to emergency. The lady said, he's allergic. I said, okay, he's 5 now. You just not telling me?
Yeah.
Because the episode started when you was 2, and they didn't find out till you was 5.
So what was some of the what
he could take amoxicillin, but he couldn't take penicillin. And penicillin would always just make him fall out and just have little seizures.
Oh my God.
And I said, you let me get this child here, but we can't give him penicillin no more. I said, okay, he's 5 now, but yeah, he was 5.
So would he have any other symptoms, or would it just be the seizures?
The seizures.
Oh my gosh, that's a scary
You
symptom.
it goes in his body, and as soon as it's in his bloodstream, he just starts having seizures.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no penicillin for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. We were at the doctor.
Well, timely story because Winnie smashed her finger in the door, and we were like, "Oh, what do we do?" And to the emergency room. Anyway, yes, we were there, and they asked us about any allergies.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, like, I was recently at the doctor, and they asked, "Hey, do you have any like allergies?" I was like, "Well, I'm allergic to penicillin." And there's like, oh, that like sometimes like as you get older, because this is clearly when I was younger, when these seizures and things are happening. But as you get older, sometimes you outgrow that allergy. And so I don't want to find out, but it'd be interesting to see if I'm still allergic.
Yeah. Well, and that's one reason why every time we go, they ask for Winnie, they ask, does she have any known allergies? And I'm like, well, no, none that we're aware of, but her dad's allergic to penicillin.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think that's important context. She might be allergic. We don't know.
We don't know. Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, what do you think you've learned as a parent so far in this whole 17 months of being a parent?
I don't know. Like, it's funny. I don't say I've learned too much. I do know that like I feel it's funny as I've kind of gone into like a new career, and kind of I would say just like some of the difficult like conversations and decisions we make as a school. It like Winnie adds a little extra, and I look more forward to coming home and spending time with her and seeing like the smile on her face, or like interacting with her, and like there may be like doing little things with us as a family. I think that brings me a little bit more joy now than maybe it did a year ago.
Sure, when she's a little potato.
I would say like I outside of that, like I would just say that work has like been more emotionally demanding, and kind of coming home and being with you guys and having my mom here and having Winnie here just brought a little extra joy to my life. So
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, I would say like for the most part, I feel like I'm pretty much the same.
It was just more like lessons you've learned about yourself, not necessarily that you've changed in any way.
But yeah, I would say I've not too many lessons, but yeah, just a little bit more added joy.
Yeah, for me, I think probably the biggest thing I've learned is, so I'm not a very patient person in general, and I thought that was just, I didn't really think too much about it, let me put it that way. But I really care about Winnie's feelings, and I've noticed that I can be way more patient with her than other aspects of my life or other people, and that started to make me question, like, well, do I just not care about other people? Like, what on earth, right? And I think it's less about caring and more about realizing, right? And so I've learned that, oh, I can be a lot more patient than I think that I can be.
Yeah.
Therefore, I should be a lot more patient, and that should extend to everyone, not just Winnie. But it's interesting because when I thought about how I might be as a parent, I'm noticing that I'm different than what my expectations have been. And I think in that regard, that's a good thing, that I'm learning that I can be more patient, and that it matters to me how I treat others, and want to extend that same amount of patience to them. So that's something that I've been thinking about recently, but I would say that was one of the things. Yeah.
Well, it's a long journey.
Yes.
Hopefully.
We're only 17 months in. I wonder what we'll be saying 40 years from now. Yeah. So, yeah, do you have any other questions or thoughts?
No, I think that's about it.
Great. Well, as always, thank you for joining us on our podcast. And that's what we're doing.
Yes.
All right. Deuces.